Straight ahead on 11 at 11, find out what local police are doing to keep gangs off our streets. And it was a first day of school at Yuba College, but the teachers didn't show up. We'll tell you why. Plus, we'll have all the day's news, weather, and sports next.
Closed captioning for this edition of 24 Reports is provided by Mercy Medical Center.
KCPM TV 24, Chico, Reading.
Now, 11 minutes of nonstop news and your first look at weather from 24 Reports. This is 11 at 11.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Lisa Peterson.
And I'm Bob Lasher.
Reading police say drastic measures are needed immediately before the problem gets any worse.
Today, police arrested 2 white teens for the firebombing of a Southeast Asian family's home back in June. A joint investigation with the fire department concludes the suspects yelled racial slurs before throwing a Molotov cocktail through the resident's window. Earlier this week, police arrested a Southeast Asian gang member for shooting a motorist several months ago. Police say the teenager shot and injured a 41-year-old white man while trying to steal his car for a gang-related drive-by attack.
A lot of gang kids that are trying to emulate big city gang Crips and Bloods type, and it's very dangerous, and that's why we're taking this so seriously.
The attack happened north of Lake Reading Park, which is an area the gang suppression unit is targeting, where they've seized weapons and paraphernalia. Police are also targeting between 50 and 60 violent gang members from about 5 different gangs in the Reading area. At least 2 officers from the suppression unit are on the streets daily to help turn the gang members' lives around. So far, it appears to be working. Authorities think they've accomplished a lot, but there's still a long way to go. A 31-year-old driver loses his life along Highway 32 tonight after his car runs off the road into a gully and catches fire. The Highway Patrol says the driver was heading east by Yosemite Drive at an unknown speed when the accident happened. The victim's name has not yet been released.
Local lobbyists for the ailing North Valley timber industry say President Clinton is harming their efforts to stay viable. The chief executive recently signed a bill that would allow more salvage logging in national forests, freeing loggers from many environmental reviews and restrictions. But members of SHARE, Shasta County's pro-timber lobby group, say Clinton is now putting a stop to such operations, and with many local mills struggling to stay in business, dead or dying trees for raw material could help them keep in operation.
By the time it goes back through President Clinton's office and back through the Departments of Interior and Agriculture and Environmental Protection Agencies, they've said, we're not going to do it. And in very short terms, there is no impact on the ground in these forests and on these lands from that bill passing.
SHARE is working with federal legislators to protest Clinton's lack of commitment to the industry. Meantime, North Valley authorities were chopping down a bunch of foliage today as an innocent fishing trip leads them to a big pot garden in the Lassa National Forest. A passing fisherman spotted nearly 300 marijuana plants growing in the forest and called the Tehama County Sheriff's Department. Officials then staked out the garden and videotaped 3 Hispanic males watering the young plants. Roughly 273 foot plants were found at the site, and deputies say the plants could have been worth an estimated $1.3 million at maturity. The men were taken into custody without incident and have been charged with cultivation and possession of marijuana. They're being held in the Tehama County Jail on $30,000 bail, and holds have been placed on them by immigration officials.
Yuba College teachers give a failing grade to college board members tonight and accuse the board of not living up to prior commitments. Today, the teachers skipped the first day of classes to prepare for new contract discussions. The teachers want the board to reinstall benefits that were given up 2 years ago to solve financial problems. Teacher union members tell 24 Reports some board members allegedly admit the budget would allow for such actions, but the group as a whole will not commit the funds to satisfy the teachers. Board members say the union is ignoring the budgetary needs and complexity of the problem. The teachers will return to school tomorrow, but say future action like today's may be taken. She was nearly killed in a hit-and-run accident a year ago. Now Shasta Lake City Councilwoman Linda Frank is suing the driver and 2 state agencies for damages. The accident happened on Interstate 5 near Shasta Dam Boulevard. Frank was guiding traffic around a construction site when she was hit by Jaime Cuero of Southern California. Cuero pleaded guilty and served jail time for hit and run and reckless driving, while Frank spent nearly 3 weeks in the hospital with broken limbs and internal injuries. Now Frank is suing Cuero, the owners of the car he was driving, Caltrans, and the CHP. She claims these agencies didn't have enough warning signals at the site to safeguard workers.
In news around the Golden State, a small airplane pilot is in critical condition tonight after making a crash landing on a freeway overpass in San Diego. Emergency crews say 55-year-old Jack Lichty of San Diego was coherent when rescuers reached him around 1:30 this afternoon. The single-engine Cessna crashed on Interstate 805 north of downtown San Diego. The plane apparently failed to gain altitude after taking off from nearby Montgomery Field. Meanwhile, federal investigators now blame a weakened propeller for the crash of a commuter plane in West Georgia Monday. Transportation officials say an abnormality was found in the blade during an inspection a year ago, but was supposedly corrected. The official says the blade had a weakened spot that spread, and laboratory tests show the propeller then snapped in flight. 5 of the 29 people on board were killed when the plane went down. 7 survivors are listed in critical condition with burns.
He allegedly opened fire on 2 different abortion clinics last year. Now a Massachusetts state judge rules the man accused of murdering 2 Boston area abortion workers is competent to stand trial. John Salvi is accused of opening fire at 2 clinics last December, killing 2 people and wounding 5 others. Defense attorneys for the anti-abortion activists say he's not competent to stand trial because he suffers from paranoid delusions and schizophrenia. No trial date has been set.
In news around your world, Mother Nature continues her assault on the Atlantic and Caribbean tonight. As meteorologist Jeff Gerber will tell us in a bit, there are several hurricanes and storms brewing, as well as a possible eruption of a volcano on the island of Montserrat. Residents of the town of Plymouth have been evacuated, and scientists say there's a 70 to 80% chance the volcano will blow. The mountain has been spewing ash and gases after recently being rocked by a series of earthquakes.
Those gases were described as foul smelling, and back here at home there's something strange and maybe foul smelling in the air. You might have noticed it.
People from all over Northern California were complaining about a pungent odor hanging in the air. The distinctive smell is even puzzling the experts. Alice Scott has been snooping around trying to get to the bottom of the strange smell.
In the air, and it, well, stinks. That's according to dozens of people calling the Sacramento Air Quality Management District, the folks in charge of foul odors.
We've gotten rotten egg smells, mostly natural gas, pretty much the same, but the paper mill, I think, was the strangest one.
There's some kind of decaying animal or garbage type smell.
Air quality inspectors followed their noses all the way to the Bay Area, where they think they found the culprit.
A red tide would be an organism that ends up causing a lack of oxygen in the ocean, suffocating marine life, and of course that marine life would then decompose and you'd get an odor from it. It's common in coastal areas. It is uncommon to smell it here as far away as the Sacramento Valley.
Well, meteorologist Jeff Gerber says the North Valley temperatures will be a little sweeter tomorrow and Friday.
For the latest on our summer conditions and today's record book, Jeff joins us now with tonight's first look. Jeff?
Yeah, nothing stinky about the forecast if you like temperatures a little bit cooler out there. Today we reached 100 again in Redding. Let's look at our weather almanac. We did reach the 100-degree mark today. Normal 95, and we were just 6 off the record set back in 1962. Low overnight was 70. It's above normal. Record was 52 back in 1985. Sunrise tomorrow morning at 6:27 a.m. Sunset is just before 8 p.m. tomorrow night. Coming up in weather, I'll tell you how much of a cool down we'll see for the next couple of days. Not much, but I think you'll like it. Back to you, Lisa and Bob.
Thanks, Jeff.
See you in a bit.
Just ahead on 11 at 11, did Nicole Brown Simpson and Ronald Goldman's killer act alone? Find out about a new theory raised in court today.
And Christian Reed joins us a little later on with his theory on the Giants' recent pitching prowess.
Well, coming up in sports, is it possible for the Giants and A's to have good pitching on the same day? We'll let you know. And Craig Rigsby fills us in on this year's Roadrunner team. We'll see you in a few minutes.
People come in now and they're looking for the new GE Profile oven or the GE Profile downdraft cooktop. These are new products that need to be integrated, and they get their cabinets, countertops, plumbing fixtures, and appliances the highest quality at the lowest price from one place. My brother Dave is professional. He's personally in charge of every job to make sure it's done properly. For years now, Dave and I have been referred to as the Geno Boys, and that's fine by us. So come on in and see the Geno Boys, and we'll take care of you.
Hot town, summer in the city, back of my neck getting dirt and gritty.
Driving an American classic is no sweat at your Chevrolet Geo dealer during summer value days. Now's the time to lease a fun-to-drive, sporty Chevy Camaro. Just $289 a month with air conditioning, dual airbags, anti-lock brakes, and aluminum wheels. Summer value days won't last forever. Get to your local Chevy Geo dealer now and lease a Camaro for $289 a month.
Summer in the city.
Of the 10 most fuel-efficient car models tested by the EPA, 5 were Honda Civics. You delayed. IntelliChoice recognized 6 Civic models as having the best overall values in their respective classes. You deliberated. Then came the news, the Honda 95 clearance. How intelligent. Timing is everything at your Honda dealer.
He's being called the star witness for the defense in the O.J. Simpson double murder trial, a forensic scientist testifying why there was more than one person involved in killing Nicole Brown Simpson and Ron Goldman.
As John Gibson explains tonight, not only is the witness casting doubt about the number of killers, but about blood evidence found on O.J.'s socks as well.
You are the expert, you should know it.
Dr. Henry Lee spotted mysterious footprints at the crime scene that the LAPD missed. He saw shoe marks on Ron Goldman's pants that could have been someone kicking Goldman, and neither shoe print matched either Goldman's or the shoes thought to have been worn by the killer.
A force applied to the surface.
Dr. Lee also demonstrated how blood splatters. He said the analysis of the socks that contained Nicole Simpson's blood was flawed because the socks were put in the same bag and cross-contaminated.
Start that initial moment. You pick up the socks, put in one envelope. You already contaminated both socks. You have a cross-contamination.
The prosecution has already tried to show that Dr. Lee himself was sloppy in his handling of the socks when he conducted an inspection for the defense.
Doesn't matter what they wear. Spacesuit, body armor, still contaminated.
Sidebar transcripts today show that Simpson friend Christian Reichart, on the stand yesterday, allegedly said to someone else that Nicole Brown Simpson got what she deserved because she and her friends stayed out late dancing, neglecting their children and husbands. Tomorrow, court is dark. No testimony. That's because the judge is going over 14 or 15 hours of Mark Furman tapes to determine what can be admitted before the jury, though he has already said it will be an hour or less of tape. In Los Angeles, John Gibson, NBC News.
Be sure and join us every night at this time for a full review of the day's Simpson trial proceedings right here on your 24-hour news leader.
Meantime, jury selection is underway for the retrial of the two brothers charged with the shotgun slayings of their parents in 1989. Attorneys expect jury selection to take several weeks. Lyle and Eric Menendez say they shot their parents because they feared the two were going to kill them after years of sexual and mental abuse. About half the 181 potential jurors who reported today were excused for hardship reasons. Attorneys worry the massive publicity from the first trial will make it impossible to get a fair retrial.
Just ahead, you probably feel safe driving in a car with an airbag and a car seat for your baby.
But actually, the combination of infants and airbags can be deadly. We'll tell you why right after this.
Altima? Accord? Outta here. They can't come within $3,000 of this Pontiac Grand Am's combination of standard power, safety, and customer care, and we'll make it stick. If you can beat our value price of $13,995 with the MSRP of a new, comparably equipped Altima or Accord, we'll match it and give you $100 for comparing. The value-priced Grand Am, still $13,995 at your participating Excitement Network dealer today.
Patience is a virtue.
But why wait? Now during Nissan's clearance sales event, it's a great time to get your best deal.
Cars are all the same.
But only one can be Motor Trend's Import Car of the Year.
Life has its ups and downs.
Actually, there's 0 down on Maxima, and it's just $299 a month for a 36-month lease. And Altima is 0 down and $249 a month for a 36-month lease. Plus, there are great deals on Sentra during Nissan's clearance sales event.
Rock and roll will live forever.
But this year-end event won't, so why wait?
I'm always playing the lotto, but when I played the numbers my psychic recommended, I finally won. And I won a lot of money.
Have you called all those other psychic lines only to discover everything you want is still slipping through your fingers? Don't miss another opportunity. Call now.
When I'm not clear on something, that's usually when I call. My psychic is able to focus in on things I would never see.
Wealth, true love, and happiness can be yours. This call is free.
1-800-697-3126. Bring the whole family for a yee-haw time to the Butte County Fair. See the animals of North America at the Sportsman's Expo. Wednesday is opening day with discount admission and the Miss Butte County pageant. The exciting dry land snowmobile drags on Thursday. Time trials at 4 p.m. Eliminations at 7. See the popular country singer Chris Ledoux for 2 big shows. Friday is also Kids Day and the Miss Butte County pageant. Saturday, rodeo action with local rodeo events and a professional cowboy rodeo. Family Day events on Sunday and the Destruction Derby at the Butte County Fair in Gridley, August 23rd through the 27th.
They're responsible for saving many lives, but when it comes to infants in car seats, airbags can be a threat.
As Steve Handelsman reports tonight from Washington, the Transportation Department has now approved a move to protect youngsters.
Here's the problem. The same passenger side airbag that protects most people in a crash can hurt babies in rear-facing infant seats. The government says 2 children have been killed. And if you think this looks horrifying in slow motion, watch it real speed. It's especially a problem in pickups and sports cars with 2 airbags but no back seat. The solution? A switch that lets mom or dad deactivate the right side airbag. The Department of Transportation today okayed that option for vehicles without back seats.
Now, the cutoff switch is a common sense regulatory solution that preserves the safety benefits of airbags for older children and adults while enabling the owners of single-seat vehicles to transport an infant safely in the proper way, rear-facing.
Amy Goff and Margie McLister wish their cars had the switch. That's Margie inside putting 6-month-old Caitlin in her rear-facing car seat in the back because this van has a passenger side airbag. Having the baby up front would be more convenient.
It'd be much easier on me as a mother that I could tend to my daughter and I don't have to worry about getting in an accident, which has been a big dilemma.
But because it's so much safer to place any child seat in the rear of a car or truck, the government's only permitting these cutoffs in vehicles without rear seats. Ford will offer the switches in 1996 Ranger pickups with right side airbags, so only the driver's side bag deploys in a crash, instead of this. I'm Steve Handelsman, NBC News, Washington.
Gives you the chills.
That's absolutely amazing. I never would have thought that.
Me neither.
Something else. Meteorologist Jeff Gerber's in next with more on hurricane traffic jam out at sea as storms continue to pile up in the tropics, and he'll tell us what we can expect here in the North Valley.
And we'll be sure to get your toe a-tapping when we introduce you to Dolly. Say hello in just a bit.
Describe Audra's personality?
I'm not quiet by any means.
Audra, oh my gosh.
It's usually like I'm about ready to spontaneously combust.
You just have to smile when you see her.
Evening, gentlemen. How are you today? Debbie! Hi, how you doing? Oh, it's good to see you. Get on in here, girlfriend.
When she's really excited, she goes...
When I smile, I feel like my whole face lights up and I get real red.
You look up greeter in the dictionary, Audra's picture is there.
People. I love people. I just love people. I love...
Hi, Chuck Patterson. For 29 years, we've had the best selection of Toyotas, Dodges, and Mazdas.
Hi, Mike Patterson. I think we've been here forever because we've got the best prices.
Mike, price is important, but so is selection.
Dad, that's why I discounted both these Dodge trucks $2,000.
That's my point. People want selection, but price is always important.
Well, yeah, Dad, it's price. I'm telling you, times have changed.
But $2,000?
Dad, trust me. Nicky!
They're the world's fastest guns.
Everyone calls me the kid.
Playing the deadliest game in the West.
Say that again.
Don't blink. Sharon Stone.
I challenge you. Ooh, bad idea.
Gene Hackman.
You're dead!
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Hey, my man.
the quick and the dead.
Now available on video cassette from Columbia TriStar Home Video.
Rent the hottest titles in hardcover books and movies now at First Run Video.
Meteorologist Jeff Gerber joins us now. I guess there's still trouble in the tropics.
Oh yeah, we still have those two hurricanes out there, Hurricane Iris and Hurricane Umberto, and we also have a tropical storm right over Florida tonight. So a lot of trouble down there, especially if you're heading that way.
Yeah, all right. I'm going there on vacation in 2 days, folks.
So yeah, we're keeping Bob informed about the tropics. I want to keep you informed about our North Valley weather. Temperatures right now hanging around the upper 70s, 80-degree mark, and we'll go to our satellite and you'll notice clear skies over the northern part of the state, but look at all the monsoonal moisture, all the clouds and thunderstorms over the western states. It's become a regular staple in our photograph at 11 o'clock. You can see all the leftover scattered showers and thunderstorms, even some heavy stuff just down south of the border into Mexico. As I said, though, north part of the state is nice and clear. We do have a frontal system that will be skirting by to our north, but just enough of the tail end will move by that will increase our winds out of the south, and that'll help cool us down as we go towards tomorrow. Maybe about 3 to 4 degrees. That's about it, but enough that we will hopefully stay away from that 100-degree mark. As we go towards the state of Florida, here's Florida itself, and these bright white clouds right here. This is Tropical Storm Jerry. The winds right now are sustained at about 40 miles an hour, so the winds aren't that much of a problem. It's the rainfall. Over the last 24 hours, 5 to 10 inches of rain have fallen in southeastern and southwestern Florida. As this skirts across the state of Florida tonight into the first part of the day tomorrow, they expect more heavy rain. So if you're heading towards Florida, say tomorrow afternoon, you might want to call ahead. You could have a few problems getting into, say, Tampa or Miami, and if once you do get there, you're probably for sure going to get wet. For tomorrow afternoon, that tropical storm might be downgraded to a tropical depression as it keeps moving over land. If it gets back out into the Gulf, that could form into a tropical storm once again. And then farther out in the Atlantic, once again, we have Iris and Umberto. There are two hurricanes, and we'll keep you updated on those as they get closer to the Atlantic coast. The only other trouble over the United States tomorrow will be the northern plains and back down once again through the southwest, where we'll see more monsoonal moisture. That front sticks around the northern part of the state tomorrow, and that should help keep our temperatures down into the 90s tomorrow. Don't believe anybody will reach the 100-degree mark like Redding did this afternoon. Temperatures across the deep south are sweltering into the 90s with a lot of humidity down there. If you want some relief, maybe head up towards places like Minneapolis, St. Paul, Green Bay, or maybe even Milwaukee, or up to Seattle. We'll see temperatures around the 60-degree mark. What about here in your backyard? Well, let's check out your forecast for tonight. In the foothills, expect temperatures to drop down into the middle to upper 60s tonight. Highs tomorrow in the lower 90s with south winds to about 10 to 20 miles per hour. The North Valley will have temperatures tomorrow hopefully staying in the middle 90s. Lows tonight in the middle to upper 60s. South winds 10 to 20 tomorrow afternoon with lots of sunshine. The Mid-Valley, same deal. Lots of sunshine tomorrow. Winds out of the south about 10 to 20. Lows tonight in the lower 60s. Highs tomorrow in the lower to middle 90s. As we go through the weekend, we expect temperatures to stay down into the middle 90s. Maybe by Sunday we could be reaching the upper 90s once again. Lows in the middle to lower 60s. So not a whole lot of change in our weather over the next 3 to 4 days, but it'll stay on the warm side. Lots of sunshine though, so if you enjoy that, get out and enjoy it.
Good. And I have a question for you, Jeff. Hurricane season started, what, about a month ago?
Oh, yeah.
And they name them from A through Z?
Yeah.
And we're already at H? You think we're going to make it to Z this year?
See, most years they barely get to like J. So this is really something else. When they do get down to the end, then they will actually start over again.
Really?
So,
and when does the season end?
That never happens. I mean, it's never happened.
Knock on wood.
So we'll see what happens. The last time it reached this, we've had this many name storms was back in like 1926.
Wow.
So
amazing.
Right now we're on record pace, so we'll see what happens.
Okay. Thanks.
You bet.
All right. Thanks, Jeff. Speaking on record pace, or lack thereof, let's talk to
26. Jeff was just a child back then. That was a long time ago.
He was already 10.
Mother Nature's batting a lot better than the Giants, too.
Mother Nature, Lady Luck, yeah. Giants, they've actually put a couple together. We'll have the lowdown on the Giants, the Dodgers, and the A's. And what is the secret to success for Butte College football? We'll let you know in just a second. Don't go anywhere.
The biggest operation celebration of its kind is now underway. It's your Ford dealer's 95 sales drive. Now, you'll find the best-selling truck in the world, Ford F-Series, for just $229 a month for 24 months. Lease your F-150 now with rear anti-lock brakes, driver's airbag, 5-speed transmission, and air. And you'll pay just $229 a month. That's right, a well-equipped F-150 for only $229 a month, but only if you act now. The 95 sales drive ends soon, so get to your local Ford dealer today.
Every furniture store in town claims to have the lowest prices. Doggone if they can't all be the lowest. It's time for a showdown. The Showdown Sale at Self-Service Furniture. It's on now. See this action recliner by Lane for $189. Or these occasional tables by Furniture International. You can compare these values anywhere. We have a reputation for the lowest furniture prices in the West. We defend it every day. Self-Service Furniture.
Bring the whole family for a yee-haw time to the Butte County Fair. See the animals of North America at the Sportsman's Expo. Wednesday is opening day with discount admission and the Miss Butte County pageant. The exciting dry land snowmobile drags on Thursday. Time trials at 4 p.m. Eliminations at 7. See the popular country singer Chris Ledoux for 2 big shows. Friday is also Kids Day and the Missette Butte County pageant. Saturday, rodeo action with local rodeo events and a professional cowboy rodeo. Family Day events on Sunday and the Destruction Derby at the Butte County Fair in Gridley, August 23rd through the 27th.
Hi everybody, it is time for sports. The 1995 Butte College football team is showing no signs of slowing down this year. The Roadrunners have not lost a game in 25 outings. Some talented freshmen will be asked to pick up part of the load that was left when 15 Roadrunners left because of graduation, but that shouldn't change BC's recipe for success.
We've got a great administration to support us too. I think we've had some great players. We've been very fortunate to get some good players. Last year we had 17 kids go Division I. But I think one of the main reasons is that I feel that I've got a great group of assistant coaches. They've been with me for 10 years and we've been working hard together, and I think that our assistants have done a great job in mental preparation and physical preparation and getting our kids ready to play. So I think it's a combination of having pretty good players and our coaching staff staying intact and our administration staying behind us.
The Roadrunners open the season at home September 9th against Merced College. How the West was won, or should it be will the West be won? No one really running away with the National League West. The Dodgers on top, but the Rockies just a game and a half out, and San Diego only 3 behind. Tonight, the Dodgers going for their 4th straight in Montreal. So when in Montreal, we get to listen to this. Mike Piazza.
Ah oui, celle-là, c'est au champ gauche, un autre circuit pour Mike.
Oh oui, Mike Piazza going deep off Jeff Acero. Dodgers were up 3-0. The young Chad Fonville comes up with the base knock to left center. Who's coming in? Tim Wallach. Dodgers were up 5-0 and were cruising. Ramon Martinez went the distance tonight, scattering 5 hits, picking up 13th win of the season to go along with his 7 defeats. He threw no-hit ball after the 3rd inning, and Eric Karros ending the game with the great catch. Dodgers win tonight 5-0. Dusty and the Giants started the night 8.5 back of LA, taking on the Mets in the rubber game. Deion Sanders starting things off nicely. The leadoff homer off Bobby Jones. San Fran up 1-0. 2-1 Mets in the 5th, and Barry Bonds comes up with the bases loaded double. 2 more runs comes in. Jeff Reed coming in. Deion. They were up 3-2. Bottom 9, 3-2 Giants, and Terry Mulholland. Does he give up the home run to Chris Jones? Is it fair? Oh, it looks like it's off the pole. Taking one more look. That would have tied the game at 3, but they ruled it was a foul ball. Mulholland gets Jones on the strikeout, and the Giants get a lucky one today. They win it 3-2. The A's going for the 3-game sweep over the Yanks from the Coliseum, up 1-0 in the 4th. Single by Brent Gates scores Eric Helfand. The A's quickly up 2-0. Yankees come back in the 6th. Wade Boggs. How often have you seen that? Hit number 2,500. Scores Mike Stanley, 2-1 Oakland. Rick Honeycutt comes in and gets Wade Boggs on the K. Boggs doesn't like it one bit. Didn't matter. Steve Wojciechowski started 4 hits over 5 2/3 innings. He picks up the win. A's come up with a 3-game sweep. Speaking of the Yankees, their announcer of 39 years is calling it quits. Phil Rizzuto says his abilities have declined and he will no longer do play-by-play for the men in pinstripes. The former Yankee shortstop decided to give up the job after WPIX-TV refused to let him attend the funeral of Mickey Mantle. Rizzuto announced the decision 5 days ago and says the whole situation was just too much.
Mickey, when I saw the services, I knew I had made a big mistake, and I could never recapture that moment or make up for it. So that's when I just fell apart up in Boston and left in the 5th inning, and I was not professional enough to even finish that.
Yorba Linda, California secured the final spot in the U.S. Championship game of the Little League World Series, beating Toms River, New Jersey this afternoon. It was a scoreless game until that. That one's out of there. Robert Nesbitt, the 2-run shot off Colin Gaynor. It was 2-0 West. Now we are in the same inning. And another 2-run shot. This time it's Matt Campbell. Yeah, you've guessed it. Off Colin Gaynor, 4-0 West had the lead. Check out the nice defense in center. David Nicholson going over the fence. That's got to be the play of the day anywhere around the league. It was 4-2 West, and Patrick Rooney puts one out, a solo shot. 5-2 West. They went on to win it 8-3. They will take on Spring, Texas for that U.S. Championship. Spring, Texas has already beat him once in the round robin play. Well, Tyson versus McNeely, it's child's play compared to this next pay-per-view event. Forget about the NBA Finals and those Taco Bell commercials. It is going to be a battle for a cool $1 million. Shaquille O'Neal and Hakeem Olajuwon will meet on September 30th at the Trump Taj Mahal Casino Resort in Atlantic City. And of course, this one will be dubbed War on the Floor. The format, 10 2-minute games. The winner of each round will get $100,000. And in the event of a tie, the money will roll to the next round. Whoever takes the most rounds wins. A tiebreaker will decide the winner if there is a tie. Las Vegas odds maker Jimmy Vicario calls Hakeem a 2.5-to-1 favorite. Right now, those odds are subject to change.
Who are you betting on?
I'd go with Hakeem. I mean, he took him to school on the NBA championships, and Shaq might have a little revenge factor, but I still think Hakeem is the better center. If I was a betting man, if you were,
Yeah.
if I was going with Jimmy and going to Vegas, of course, I'd probably be a rich man.
We'll see.
Yeah, we will see. But that's if I was a betting man. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
See you then, Christian. Thanks. Well, still to come on 11 at 11, we're going to introduce you to the cast of an entertaining show about to hit the North Valley stage. And after our special preview, you're not only going to want to say hello, Dolly, you're going to want to go see her for yourself.
And maybe it'll be showtime at your house tonight if you have tonight's winning lotto numbers. Here they are. Good luck.
George, I understand you met your mother on the boat today. Oh, no, I've known her for a long time. Well, tell us about the Jeep summer clearance. It's the action, where the action is. So, what would you say to someone who says their sport utility is better than Jeep Grand Cherokee? How's your headache? Right now, you can lease one for just $269 a month. Say, George, what do you think of a deal like that? But in a lifetime, if you have 3 or 4, you're very, very lucky. Yeah, the Jeep summer clearance of the decade at your California Jeep and Eagle dealers. Who else?
Hey, I was reading it. Reading what? The ingredients. Okay, what are they? Crunchy little corn balls, no colors, no flavors, no junky stuff. You didn't read that. Yes, I did.
Kids read Kix as just plain good. Moms read Kix as low in sugar.
Okay, then what does this say? No preservatives.
Kix, kid tested, mother approved.
Pleasant surroundings and nice people. What more could you ask for? Hi, I'm Jerry Kuski, and it's the same at Crown Motors. We know you want to be treated fairly. At Crown Motors, there's no high sales pressure. You'll find a huge selection, and we have sale prices every day. So you'll always get a fair price. Like this new Dodge Ram pickup for only $17,995. You can't ask for more than this, and when you come to Crown Motors, you won't be disappointed.
At Crown Motors, you're the king of the road.
At the Men's Warehouse, we spend over $1 million a year on training classes like this, which enables me to say, I guarantee it, knowing that you'll deliver on what I promise.
At the entrance to Chico Mall.
Have you gotten into Jeopardy lately?
Get into Jeopardy.
Yes, everyone does get into Jeopardy.
Weekdays at 7:30 on TV 24.
The
Chico City Light Orchestra, along with a university and a choreographer all the way from New York City, join forces to bring an entertaining local comedy to the local stage.
Hello, Dolly premieres September 1st, and today some lucky community members got a taste of just some of the musical numbers in the amusing play.
You discover that your life is dreary. Don't you come a knocking at my door, for I'll be all dolled up and singing that song that says you know I told you so.
Director Pat Kopp says the event is a great way for the community and university to start the year off together. But with just 8 days until curtain call, cast and crew members are busy ironing out any kinks.
For anybody involved in theater, it's sort of that time that you all get a little, well, what are we really doing here? But I see the light at the end of the tunnel. I think it's going to be a marvelous production. We have a wonderful cast. We've brought in Dolly, Andrea Purcell.
Hello, Dolly, starring Andrea Purcell, runs from September 1st through the 10th at Laxon Auditorium at Chico State.
That's a fun musical. It should be a good show.
I'll have to check it out. Never seen it before.
Oh, I think you'll enjoy it. It's a good one.
Well, that's all for this edition of 11 at 11. Thanks for joining us.
Tonight's show with Jay Leno's up next. Tonight's guests are the man who lost 3 consecutive Actor of the Year awards to Jeff Gerber, Dustin Hoffman, and singer Martin Page. We'll see you again tomorrow.